Before you can consider yourself a family, at least legally, you'll need to finalize your adoption. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today on All About Adoption. Hi, if we haven't met yet, I'm Stephanie A., and I started Adoption Beyond back in 1998, and I've helped thousands of families help bring their child home through adoption. So let's talk a little bit more about the all-important and nerve-wracking and can't wait for this to be done finalization of your adoption. When and how you finalize your adoption depends on the state of adoption. So each state has a different number of months or time period that needs to pass before you can finalize your adoption. So for example, in Missouri, it's a 6-month temporary custody period. And in Kansas, it can be as little as 30 to 60 days to finalize your adoption. So that's just right here in Kansas City, splitting both states. It's a vast difference between the two states and what the finalization period is. Now, sometimes it's determined, you may finalize the adoption in the state that your adoption, where your child was born and when the adoption started. And sometimes you'll finalize your adoption back in your home state. So once again, that just depends on the unique adoption situation because each situation is different. Each laws are different. And some states have more friendly adoption laws in terms of how quickly you can finalize an adoption than others. And so sometimes you can move your adoption, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you're not even allowed to finalize your adoption in the state where the adoption began. So it's really, really important that you hire an adoption attorney at the beginning of your adoption process, particularly when you've matched with an expecting mom or expecting parents. So everyone can talk to each other and figure out where is the best path to be able to do this adoption at. Another key important thing when it comes to finalizing your adoption is completing your post-adoption reports. So each state, once again, has a different number of post-adoption reports that are going to be required. A lot of times that's dictated by the state, but even, for example, in Kansas, sometimes that's dictated by the county within the state. So it just varies. As I mentioned, each adoption situation is unique and different, and that's why it's vitally important that you have a licensed adoption attorney licensed in your state to help guide you through knowing the best things and how to do the adoption and how to get your adoption finalized, the do's and don'ts of things to do in your adoption process, not only just with finalization, but also just be sure that you let your home study agency know when you get a match so that they are aware that you will be having post-adoption reports needed coming up very soon. And then that should help make the adoption process go as smoothly as possible to be able to finalize as quickly as possible. So I hope you found this information helpful and just rest assured you're in the right place to build your family through adoption. Thanks so much. Bye.